Hello friends, in this video we will see the second part of the important topics for preliminary examination 2022 series that we have been doing it. So this is part 2, so you can check out the part 1, the link will be in the description, and my name is J.Sivarajarajendran, and with that information we'll go into the video. So continuing with this topic, the next topic is the squad members. This for example is a little simple. So 4 countries are there: India, Australia, USA and Japan. But what I want you to check is that in international, so that is the point in current affairs, the next important thing is international relationship. In that, if you think very closely, the membership, so if we cannot, for example, have detailed analysis of membership of all the countries of EU or any other big organization, but we can have an overall view of what works with this organization and who are all members. In this specifically, so quad already has been a question in mains, so they have concentrated on this question in mains. But what I want you to check is that whether there is any common membership for India and Japan, because India and Japan recently have had the strategic meeting and all, so that was also in news. So whether, for example, G4 countries, G4 countries, whether India is a part of this Japan and Germany is there, one more country is there. So what is that country? So check all these things. We'll see more international organization as we go by, but have an understanding of all these events which happen. And the next key thing is this was in news, and the schemes. So in a sense, how we are going to approach schemes is that schemes are from economic survey. So one is economic survey and the another is from newspaper. Whichever these topics have been present, we are going to analyze it. And one was new in news, mission Antyodhya. So look at this mission which is present. So this was in news, and you should look at closely what in always in schemes, look at what the scheme is about. So it is an account, in a sense, convergence framework for transforming lives and livelihood. So this was in news, and this was passed in that 2017 budget. And what is this convergence and accountability framework they are talking about is that there will be so many schemes. So that is the point. There will be so many schemes, and they would be, this is one of the, in mains, people would write this in public administration also, they would write, because of there is a divergent. So that is each department will have different schemes. One will have same scheme they will have, and hence overlapping will happen. And hence this mission Antyodhya has this 27 ministries or department of India, and they are converging them in order to have this accountability framework. And this you should know. And because there is also one more Antyodhya, and you can check it, what is that? So it is related to food. So PDS system. So you should have an idea about these schemes, what they are. So in schemes particularly, what is the objective of that particular scheme, and what is that beneficiary of that scheme. So if you know these two things itself, it is enough. So you have crossed the maximum of any particular scheme, and clear understanding will help you in answering many of the questions that are asked. Then one more thing which was in news is this reservation of women in Panchayat Raj. And look, and this is the point. So it was in news several times, because there is also so in a sense 33%. So the article relevant to Panchayat Raj, you can look at it. Article 240. So look at this closely. 243D. So it is about reservation of seats for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and in a sense, not less than. See, look at this. Not less than 1/3. Not less than. So it is 243D. So have an understanding. So always know important articles as well. This article you can look at it, and not less than 1/3 is reserved. And in a sense, see, this point is that you should next look at, because there is also many states many states or some states which have given 50% reservation. So Kerala has given, I think, and some other states also have given. So we should know in news what this article which has been there has been transformed. But why I specifically have this scheme is that this article is that in Nagaland, so this was the point. In Nagaland, I think first time an MP was elected. And in Panchayat Raj, they have given this, or I think they are going to implement this 33% reservation. This was earlier in news, so I remember this news when this was announced. That is, Supreme Court said that Panchayat Raj Act has been passed a long time ago, but it is still not implemented in Nagaland. And there was a huge protest at that time. And why? Because, see, why the contentious issue was that Nagaland has one more thing. See, article 371A. So look at this article 371A. This is special provision with respect to Nagaland. And this is what they quoted in the Supreme Court, saying that no act of the parliament can hinder Naga customary law and procedure. So this is the point they said, and this is 371A. So look at this article very closely. It is 371A. And this, if you think about it, they said that the customary law was women should not be allowed for administrative positions, and this was the point which happened. And but the tussle has now been ordered in favor of giving this reservation, and they are going to implement it. One more thing I want you to check is this Panchayat Raj Extension to Scheduled Areas Act 1996. So this is a very important act. So when you are reading this reservation, so link all these two things. See whether so you can put it in your comment. Whether Panchayat Raj Extension to Scheduled Areas Act, how much of, so in that, for example, they will have 50% reservation for scheduled tribes. So here, if you look at it, in Panchayat Raj, in normal Panchayat Raj Act article, 1/3 they say. See, 1/3. In a sense, women, that is 1/3 for women, they are saying. And look at this point in this article 243A 1 clause B. They are saying that nearly as much as proportion, that is, as much as proportion they should be allotted scheduled tribes. So in a sense, see, look at this point in PESA Act. It is actually around 50% reservation should be there. So these kinds of data and things you should have. And look at that the reservation which is there for women this time. This can be a thing. And this muscadine, so in animals, so endangered animals which are there, this was I think a question in 2020. They asked this question on 2020 in relation to muscadine, which was there and where it was, and whether it was endangered. And you can look at it. It is endangered, and it is so it's an animal. So what I want you to look at, and this map, you can have it as well. I have already put it in the group. This Valley of Sea. These are the things that you should note. Valley of Flowers. This is very, very important national park and or protection, wildlife protection space. And this Ascot. So this is one more thing. So this 2 and Nanda Devi National Park. This is also 3. All are actually, look at it, all their spaces are together. Valley of Flowers, Nanda Devi, Ascot, and Gangotri you will obviously know, because it is the place where Ganga originates, and this everyone knows. But this Valley of Flowers, Ascot, Nanda Devi, this is where you should know, and this is where you will find, and this whole thing, actually you can see the whole thing, this whole area in the Himalayas, musk deer will be found. And you should know what is this alpine Himalayas also, so that you should check it now. And the next important thing which keeps coming in news is this virus, and what is that? Bacteria. And why? See, viruses are not living organisms. This is the key that you should know. You should always know, because they keep asking one question from this. One question, either comparison, some other thing they ask. Main thing that you should know is that viruses are kind of non-living thing, but bacteria are living thing. And you have to see, this is the point. So it is the also look at these diseases caused by, so influenza, measles, polio, and here tuberculosis, tetanus, food poisoning. See what diseases are caused by these viruses. This is what you should check. In a sense, this polio, I think last video I made this, not this. So virus, so polio virus, it is polio virus, it is not bacteria. So you should know that something in the last video, 1 2 3, these two are extinct and one is there. This is what I said. And you should have a differentiation. So which are all viruses or caused by viruses, whether malaria, dengue, chikungunya is there. So check this. So check this, in a sense, check this. So which are all caused by bacteria, which are all caused by viruses. COVID is obviously caused by coronavirus, that you will know. So that you should know. Next is this nationalization of coal, and this I took from economic survey. So there is a table. Maybe I'll put it in the group. So I'll put it in the Minds of Aspirant group, so you can check it as well. That table gives a chronology. So this time I am expecting a question on that chronology of nationalization of this, because why I suggest is that, because in a sense you would have seen that airlines, Indian Airlines, Indian Airlines, they have now it was first nationalized, but now they have given it or liberalized or privatized or things like that. See, this is in news. So this is in news, and this coal nationalization and the coal shortage is in news. So coal shortage. So I want you to check, see, because and this table, and one more thing is that I am not saying it from anywhere. This is in economic survey. This whole thing about this chronology is given in economic survey. I'll start putting it. You please check it. The year they were nationalized, coal when they were nationalized, and bank. So three things. So when this time I am expecting this question, please check it. But coming back to this coal, I want you to check. And yes, so this river, check it. This river, check it. What is this name of the river? You can put it in the group, in the comment section. Why this is in news is that this Singareni happens to be an important coal mining area, and I think there is a thermal power plant also near that. Why this was in news is that there was some labor problem. There was a problem of mining, and already you will know that there is a lot of coal shortage or coal is present. Coal is present in India, but they are not present in the thermal power plant, and there is power cuts and imports happening now. And in the group, I have a student member had shared a lot of details about coal, and I have shared it as well. I will reshare it after this video as well. Please look at it. Name of this river, Singareni. So where this river, so one of the tributaries of Godavari, you check it, which is that. And the next is this digital banking units. It's, I think, basically the name itself suggests, but this is a current affairs in news. And some see, they are giving some minimum digital infrastructure. What is this digital banking unit? You please check it. Basic, they are not giving everything, but some digital infrastructure they are providing. You should check this, because RBI is given this thing. Next is this consume. See, this time I think, please check this. I think I want you to, I am pausing this moment because I want you to check this consumer price index. I want you to specifically check why, because this time it can happen, and I feel it will happen. Because what and all, see, this is about, and this is combined. So look at this. This is CPI combined. So CPI combined is what we will see. So in there was a question on, so this was the question they asked. They gave this comparison of WPA and CPA, which is having higher food component. Which is having higher food component is, you can check it very well, it is CPI. So look at it, is 45%. So it's actually more. And other things, see, and one more thing is that CPI will have, in a sense, CPI will have services also. WPI will not have. See, look at this fact. So look at this fact: education, health, recreation, all these things are because this is consumer price index. All these things are there. But why I have this figure is that, look at the way, or look at the point, that there is a small difference in rural area. See, that is the point. In rural area, the rural area 54%, the food component. And this is why, and this is in news specifically. Why? See, something we are discussing means there should be a reason. This because in rural area, see, rural area food component CPI is increasing. So that is why it was in news. So why in rural areas now inflation is happening, they were checking, and it was the food component. And you look at this fact, in urban area food component is less, and in rural area food component is more. Because in urban area, one more thing, see, in housing, this is the key, the house rent. Because in urban area, house is what we'll have a very high difficulty in finding. And housing, there is a component in urban area but not in rural area. Check this very closely. Now coming to this question, this you please check it. This international financial, so there is a city, so there is this new thing. See, like you can have international funding, something. See, I want you to check the basic of all these, this IFSC gift city. Because recently RBI has raised nearly 500 million, means this should be something important. Because there was a question on masala bonds. See, this was the question. They earlier asked this question on masala bond, whether it was a rupee bond or a dollar bond. So whether state only can, or state issued, or companies issued. So this is the distinction that you should check, and you can put it, the information about masala bond, in the comment section. But I want you to check this IFSC gift city. It may be useful for RBA exam as well. So anyone writing RBA exam as well, you can use it as an information. Next important thing which is happening or happened, I think, in history. See, history, there are so many questions in history previously linking Sikh gurus. So this is the point they used to have. They will link Sikh gurus, and they will ask, for example, the Mughal ruler. Because during it was around 1500s to 1700s, the whole movement on Sikh religion started. And if you think about it, at that time Mughals were the rulers of India, and hence they will link both these things. Why this information becomes prominent is that the Guru Tej Bahadur, they are going to celebrate this. And if you think about it, the person, or Guru Tej Bahadur, so Chandni Chowk, I think Chandni Chowk, he was beheaded or something like that. And hence the ruler, so that is Aurangzeb. So the ruler who was contemporary was Aurangzeb. So like that, you can check. In NCRT, please do check. So in NCRT, I want you to check in NCRT, there is new NCRT, not the full thing. In new NCRT, Sikh religion. So and Also, Sikh religion and its importance has been in news for a very long time. Please do check it. Guru Tej Bahadur. And the next important thing that this was in news. So currency, see, already they asked this question on fiat currency. What is the meaning of fiat currency? That is, see, currency means they should be backed by something. And whether crypto is a currency, so this was the discussion which happened, whether crypto is a currency. This is not backed by anything. But Indian rupee, see, Indian rupee, dollar, everything is backed by something. Our economy is backed, and this is called as the paper currency. But now, see, the in this budget 2022, the recently concluded budget, the finance minister announced that there will be a digital currency. So the distinction, please check it. See, this is about this. See, this is the point. Paper currency derives, see, look at this. The paper currency derives its backing from the state banking. But cryptos are, see, they are just numbers. They don't have backing of any authorities. They are just numbers, and they don't have anything backing them. And this digital currency, the RBI is going to release, and it is going to be different. See, the point is that this is different from crypto. But I want you to check what is this cryptocurrency and blockchain. Why? Because blockchain is a separate technology, but blockchain is what is used for this cryptocurrency transactions. And there was also, for example, there was a very big heist kind of thing in Bangalore. A very young guy, like in movies, this was happening in Bangalore. He made use of this, became a very big issue. So people in Karnataka would know this, I think. So it became a very big issue, and hence, see, this is in news for a very long time, and there was a lot of discussion on cryptocurrency. So what is crypto, what is digital currency, what is fiat currency? Please look at it. And one more thing, next, see, this is the point. CPI versus WPI. This is in continuous news every time. And there is a separate video I made, and I have put it, so from economic survey I put it, and you can check that as well. But what you have to check in this is that, see, it is around now it has reached 14.5%, the wholesale price inflation. So what is the component? So that is the point that you should know. So we have discussed CPI in elaborate fashion, because I feel CPI will come. But I want you to check what is WPA and its components. So what is the component for them? And you can check the video and you will get this. And one more important thing that, see, this, I think there was a question. So there was already a question, very nice question in 2018 prelims about this government security. Very key. I think, see, last few years, UPSC is concentrating on bonds. Not only bonds, they are concentrating on government bonds. They are concentrating on questions on T-bills. So basic definition, see, they keep, so in a sense, I think this T-bills, zero coupon bonds. T-bills are zero coupon bonds. That is, they do not give you any interest. That is the point. But what is government security? In 2018, there was a very specific, very nice question. Government security and T-bills, what is the difference? You should check. If you check it, sorry, government bonds. So not government security. Government security, they are tradable instrument. And one more thing, very clearly, please note this. They are issued by central government and also state government. See, this is the point. You should note. And this is, see, there are two things. Short terms. So short term is treasury bills. That is T-bill. That is less than 1 year. And that is what you will have, this 96 days, 180 days, 365 something days. So 3 types are there. So in whichever book that you are reading, please look at it. You will have it. And the next is above 1 year. See, this is the point. The next is, these are government bonds above 1 year. So you should check whether, see, I said see, these two are government securities, but Central and state governments are there. These are tradable instrument. Okay, one and the state. So state can also issue, but can state issue T-bills? Center can issue T-bills which are less than 1 year. Okay, where can state issue T-bills which are less than 1 year, or can they issue only these government securities which are above 1 year? So this is the key. This information has, this material has that, you can check it and you will understand. And one more thing, one more thing about this is that T-bills. So I'll write here. So T-bills are zero coupon. That is, they do not have any interest. They will be discounted based on the interest that they have. You check it. That is, they are not going to give you any interest for per se. So if there is 1,000 rupees bond, means they will. So you will pay maybe 980, and when it matures, you will get 1,000. So you will not get interest and all. So you can have it in the face value when you're getting it back. But this is what is zero coupon. But what is this government security? See, there is one more thing, right? Government security. So whether interest is paid here, because you have something called as this yield, government yield. This is what in 21 there was a question. So I want you to check this government yield, they keep saying. So I want you to check all these things, and you can find it. And the next thing, so next is, see, this one, I think recently they have so inflation, I think this RBI in a sense, they decide this repo rate and reverse repo rate. This repo rate in a way are the so banks want money, means they will get it in the repo rate. So when you increase the repo rate, the cost of money goes high, and the banks will not borrow the money. Simple. So same way, but see, there is an MPC committee, monetary policy. This was in recent, because why I say is that now it happened. MPC committee, they have increased the repo rate because inflation has increased a lot. So inflation increased a lot. This MPC committee did not, because they meet, I think they meet by the times of quarter, and in quarter 1 quarter 4 months, so they will meet twice, I think. Within that, you can check it, that how many times they meet, you check it. But what they did was, in the quarterly meeting or the bi-quarterly meeting, they did not increase the repo rate, but suddenly they have increased right now, and because the inflation is high. And that is the point that we were seeing, that look at this wholesale inflation and CPI inflation is being increased, and this is impacting the bond yield as well. See, that is the point. So now look at this. What impact has inflation in the bond? So this is in Shankar Ganesh, you can check it and you will know this. Next is this key. See, this is the point, key definition and terms and definition. Why I had this, all this cash reserve ratio. See, all this in the simplest of economics book. I want you to check this. Cash reserve ratio, statutory, because all these have been changed now. What is this? This policy rate, they have increased. Marginal standing facility, bank rate was see, look at all definition. See, that is the point. Definition. This is the T-bill that I was talking about. See, look at this T-bill that I was talking about, and this is 10-year. So 10-year, this is treasury bill 91. See, it's less than, see, look at this, it is less than 1 year, right? This is less than 1 year, and this is 10 years. So the government security that we were talking about has two things, and this MCLR has been raised as well. So MCLR is fixed by RBI. This has been raised as well. One more thing they have introduced, maybe I will have it in another video, or I will start. I have already put the article. They have, like, this repo rate, reverse repo rate, they have one more thing newly introduced. So I will put that. If anyone has that, and you can put it in the comment as well. The next important thing, see, this this issue on there is an issue on, for example, secularism. So this, I think in the previous video I said, article, so fundamental rights, article 25, so article 25 to 28. So look at this, this is freedom of religion. So freedom of religion in India, and this has been in news for a very long time in the whole thing. But what I want you to check is that which case. So you will know that, see, you will know this basic feature means Keshwananda Bharati case. So that was in 1970s. So after that there was a basic feature structure, or basic structure, basic feature, basic structure. There was a thing, or this was judicial innovation. So they have this judicial innovation and judicial activism, and with that they had this concept called as basic structure. The government can amend whichever thing they want, but they should not disturb the basic features. And in that they are kept adding fundamental. So they kept adding under article 21 many things. So right to environment, right to good governance, right to clean air, and many things. And that under that only, for example, right to clean air, this prohibition on banning this crackers happened. But that was, see, that is the point. So secularism, where, which case? It's in Lakshmikant, so SR Bommai case. So see, whether they are going to ask, see, look at the chronology as well. Which Keshwananda Bharati case, SR Bommai case, Golaknath case, the chronology. Next is this El Nino, La Nina. See, the why? Because there is a, so whether this is El Nino, see the diagram, look at the diagram. I have made the diagram. This is El Nino, and the cold. See, why I want you to check is that cold and warm current. This El Nino is warm, correct? And El Nino, what are the consequences? And we have made a separate video on El Nino and La Nina. You can check it. It was made by my friend Mr. Hafiz, and that is there in the channel as well. Please check it. And if you check it, in that they would have discussed, he would have discussed the consequences. This is what I want you to check. Consequences. El Nino comes, the monsoon gets disturbed. But what I want you to know is that it is not always. So this is the key thing. It is not always. See, if El Nino comes, it need not always result in monsoon failure. So this is the point you should know. Maybe see 5, 6 out of 10 times, something like that. Not exact figure, I'm just telling you. This is how this monsoon gets affected, and this time monsoon will not be affected, and that is the news that they have. And this was in news, and they gave this. See, this was something Niti Aayog puts out. This was related to reports. So reports, they keep asking this, and the energy and climate index. See, the energy, which organization, energy and climate index, which organization? This is what you should check, and when you check it, you will know that it is Niti Aayog. But why I had this is that Niti Aayog released this energy and climate index, and they had this PDF, and that in that they had this whole thing. That in this I want you to check World Economic Forum is very important. Energy transition index, and then this green watch, this two, energy transition index, climate change performance index, that is green watch, and this is a World Economic Forum. Whether you can check whether in a sense what it measures, but just to know that these two are very important reports which are come. Next important thing that you should know, this index of whether this is there. This has been in news always, and they prior to 2015 they asked this two questions. That is, there are 8 important sectors. In that you will know 8 important core sectors, and that constitutes nearly, this is the question they asked, 8 important core sectors. I think 2 questions have already come, that is why I did not have table, but you can check. See, I want you to check because I want you to check in CDS, because they recently, I think in CDS there was a question. In IIP, Index of Industrial Production, you will have manufacturing. I think manufacturing is 65% or something. So like that, there will be 3 divisions, but it can also be divided into capital goods, consumer goods. There is a division. So maybe I will see, I should have had the table here, but I will because in economic survey I made this table, and I will maybe put it in the group as well. Have this, because this was asked in CDS. They asked which is the composition in IAP, consumer durables. So from here, so they have already asked this manufacturing, this core sectors. So I will go and check this capital goods, consumer goods and things. Next one more thing which I wanted to talk about is this. See, 2+2 interaction of India. See, this has been, I think, in simple terms, 2+2 interaction, what it means is that they are having a strategic relationship with many countries India has, and 2+2. So one is foreign affairs minister and another is defense minister. They both meet, and which are the countries? So with Russia, so that the recent event was with Russia, and I think they have made it with USA also. So whether any other country is there, whether Japan is there, please do check it, because Japan, as I said in the previous thing also, they are a member of Quad. So they are a member of Quad. So and USA is also. So look at this very closely. Next is this passage of because general, see, the why I took is that there was a, see, women, there was, this was in news, so I took it just like that. So articles to be remembered for the exam, which I feel are something. But now, see, they were talking about in that article for increasing age of marriage. But what I want you to check is that there is something. See, there is something, in a sense. I'll write here. Maybe I'll write in the here, and then we'll check it. See, in a sense, what is this money bill? See, I sincerely feel money bill. You should look at the money bill. Article 110. I think this time, please look at Article 110 money bill. And this 107 article is what I have it in this. This is the article. It talks about, see, it talks about the passage. See, the passage of the bill is that it can be, see, it can be introduced in either of the house. It can be introduced in either of the house, and it has to be passed by both the houses. That is the point. It has to be passed by both the houses. And ordinary, we are talking about an ordinary bill, and this is the key. Prorogation of the house does not dissolve the bill. See, that is the point. There was a because the bill has been introduced and it was, the house has prorogued. So whether it dissolves, and in British Parliament and all, the constitutional comparison, you can check it. There it gets dissolved. In India, it does not get dissolved unless and until the House of the People is dissolved. But a bill originating in Council of States does not. See, that is the point. I want you to check this article. That's it. Next is this joint sitting also. I want you to check anything related to money bill. See, money bill, joint sitting 108. Whether constitutional amendments. See, whether constitutional amendments can have, or 108, that is whether amendment, if they are introducing, can they be having a joint sitting for that. So look at that. And who is the head, whether speaker or vice president. When joint sitting is happening, whether speaker or vice president is the head of that joint sitting. Check that, check this, very important. Now, and one more, see, this was in news. So Gram Swaraj scheme, basic you should know. Gram Swaraj means, you will see this, you will know. It's about this Panchayat Raj, improving the governance. That is what I said. Any scheme that you are seeing, look at the objective. Improving the governance of Panchayat Raj institution. We have already seen an Yojana called as Antyodaya. Remember that 2017-18 they released that VFC. It was for convergence of many, so convergence of many schemes. Nearly 27 ministries were there, so they converged. And this Gram Swaraj is about improving the governance of Panchayat Raj. One more thing, see, this was in news, and why I have is that, see, already in history, Guru Tej Bahadur, I have told you this. And in one more thing that I want you to check is that, see, their organizations and papers of important people like Dr. Ambedkar, Gandhiji. Last time they asked Gandhiji only. And where do you, and Gandhiji, maybe Subhash Chandra Bose, and Nehru, and one more thing, Sarojini Naidu. Recently, they've asked this Sarojini Naidu, Annie Besant. You check, see, important people. Check all these things in first four or first paragraph of Wikipedia. That will be enough. Whether they had any organization, so these people, Gandhiji, Dr. Ambedkar, Nehru, and other things you study in this history book, okay, history, this, because this was in news. See, I think this was a question somewhere around 2013 or 2015, somewhere. See, I am not sure about the year, but this was a question. They asked three things about Dr. Ambedkar, and they gave which of the organization he created. And if you think about it, see, in this paper it is clearly given. First is this independent Labour Party. First is this Independent Labour Party, and then see, in 1942 he starts Scheduled Caste Federation, and in 1956, last before his death, Republic Party of India. These three are started by Dr. Ambedkar. So Independent Labour Party, Republic Party, Scheduled Caste Federation, Republic Party of India. So like this, I wanted to check all these people as well. So the people that I have named for history, please do check it. And one on rhino. And this one on rhino, because they have increased, see, they have increased in that was in the news. So they have this counting which is going on, they have increased. And see, the one on rhinoceros in India, that is not critically endangered, but there is a Bali rhino. This is critically endangered. This is in Bali Island. Everyone would know Bali Island. In that, there is a species of rhino, and that is critically endangered. But why it is in news is that this Bali rhino, I think, was they made, or one new person was born, and it was a very big news. So why I have is that, see, there are not only Indian one-horned rhinos. One-horned rhino is endangered. The other species of this is actually critically endangered. And one more thing, please look at Haluk Habun, Kaziranga. This is there. This gibbon, see, this is the only primate in India. That is, meaning this gibbon, orangutan, and chimpanzee, and the greater primates. So chimpanzee and gorilla. In that, gibbon is one thing, and in that, if you have monkeys, but you don't have gibbon, gorillas, chimpanzees, and orangutan. And in India, Haluk gibbons are the only thing. So please look at it. And this Kaziranga is a UNESCO site. That is a key thing. So where it is, please look at it. And this was in news. You should check. I think you should check Kaveri River. This time, Kaveri River course. See, they keep asking one thing or the other. Krishna, Ganga, something they will ask. So, but how they are asking is they will have some national park or something. So which how these rivers are flowing and national parks they are asking. But this Meghdhatu is creating a lot of news, and the dam safety bill has been passed. So it is an act which has been passed. So you should know this course. So I wanted to look at River Kaveri. And this is recombination. This is science and technology. Only the definition, if you know, it's enough. Recombination means it's simple. In a sense, you have one virus, and already if you think about it, I have in the previous thing, viruses, see, they keep asking this question on virus, and hence, see, virus can see, they are not living per se, but they can transfer this genetic material very easily. They can transfer, like that is why we are not able to find effective remedial measures for diseases with viruses caused by viruses, because they can transfer this genetic material, they can recombine. So that is the point. So in coronavirus, what will happen, see, they will be like one virus plus another virus, they will recombine. And this is what is the recombination. That is what is this article, they specifies recombinant virus. And this can form a new lineage, and this will create a problem. So that is what, and I wanted to check this. Okay. And one more thing is this BrahMos missile. And this BrahMos missile, I will pause for a second and I'll tell you, this is in news for a very long time. And I think this, please look at this missile very clearly. It's a how many stage, see, see, this is the point. This is from the site of BrahMos. So this is the missile. It's a two-stage, see, clearly two-stage missile. One is solid, another, I think it's liquid. See, ramjet engine. So another is liquid, and it can go for supersonic. So what is supersonic? So it is going above the sonic, that is sound. So sound, what is the speed of sound? So speed of sound. So why I say is that already in science question, not now, earlier, before 2010, I think that, see, the point is that sound, if you think this is the air, so this is the air, sound will not be the same. So let us assume that this is the altitude, this is 10 kilometers, this is 5 kilometers, this is 3 kilometers, 2, 1. Sound will not be the same. They will not be the same. They will vary according to altitude. So when you vary according to, that is the point, vary according to this fact, you should know, vary according to altitude. And this BrahMos missile talks about the sound, or they are 290 kilometer they can travel. And what I want you to check is in which platform, whether all platforms they can be carried, and whether nuclear weapons can be carried. Whether nuclear weapons can be carried. Now look at it, because India has also signed this missile. See, earlier we were not, see, that is the point. Missile technology, there is one thing, please check this also. Maybe check this. Technology control regime. Missile technology control regime. This was a closed group into which India was not allowed, but now we are. Okay, now we are, and this, because of being part of this only, we had to restrict into 290, because this MCTR has this clause where you cannot transfer technology for any missile above 300 kilometer. You cannot transfer technology for any missile above 300. But hence, that is why Russia, this is the BrahMos, right? It's a thing that we are making with Russia, and that is why, if you think about it, we have this as 290. Safely they are playing. See, you cannot transfer for, so the thing says you cannot transfer your technology for any missile above 300, and hence what we do is we have 290. So now we are part of it, and hence we have improved it. This is Mission Vatsalya. So this was in news. I think please look at it. I will pause and I will tell you, please look at this, because it was passed recently only, and this, I think, is part of the you please check it, Poshan 2.0. Poshan 2.0 has this two things, Shakti and Mission Shakti, Mission Vatsalaya. What are the constituent? Please check it. Mission Shakti is for women, Vatsalaya is for children. I want you to check it. I want you to check this. I am again pausing because I feel maybe let us see whether it is coming. Let us see. So that is the point. Next important thing is this appointment of this because see we have increased this, that is the point, increased in judges of the Supreme Court, or the number of judges of the Supreme Court has happened. And the relevant article, please check it, article 124. Article 124. I wanted to check in Lakshmikant how the appointment happens, who appoints president, hand and seal, the appointment, removal, how it happens. Please check it. And one more thing, this was the point they asked. Increase in number of judges in the Supreme Court is done by Parliament by law. That is the article 124 gives you. Until Parliament by law says you can in a sense not increase the judges. So it is not president, it is Parliament by law. But see, there is a current affairs related thing where some states are asking. For example, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has asked for many benches. See, because Supreme Court is in Delhi, so you have to go all the way to Delhi and to access justice. So they are asking circuit benches like they have in for High Court. So they are asking in South. So they are like this. They are asking this. Who can do? You should now check this. Whether it can be done by the president or the Parliament. Whether CJI, Chief Justice of India, in cognizance with the president can do this, or Parliament has anything to do with this circuit. You should check it. Okay, now this balance, see, this is what we started in the beginning itself. This balance of payment, I'll repeat again, balance of payment is important. It has current account and capital account. It is very, very key. What are the constituents? I am again stressing it because this only will result in the forex reserves of India. Forex reserves of India actually are reducing a little, and hence it is news. And this is this is current account deficit, and this is capital account deficit. So I wanted to check foreign reserve components. Maybe I'll put it in the group. Foreign reserves components, any basic book. Okay, wow, you take any basic book and check the components. Gold, what is that, whether dollar, which are foreign reserves are there. And then you will have this SDR, IMF, and reserve tranche. See what and all constitutes, whether only dollar, whether we keep this foreign assets, foreign currency only in dollar. See, only in dollar, what and all currency. You can comment also what and all currency are there. See, that you should know. And then one more thing, this is in economic survey, you should check it. Components, see the top 10. So in economic survey, I think I will put that also. Top 10 components are given. That is first component, which is high in export and import. For example, whether it is petroleum. See, that is the point. Export, whether it is petroleum products, you should check it. Petrol, crude oil, we import a lot. But the top 10 components table is there in economic survey. Maybe I'll put it. Okay, so this is okay. This is about this Saka Halin. I think previously also we had this this Orni, or this islands which were there in Japan. We talked about Sakhalin, is where this ONGC Videsh has this oil exploration. And this Vladivostok is you should know. And the Sea of Japan, please check it. Sea of Japan, you should know this as well, where it is, because that area is having a lot of issues. And one more thing I want you to check is this inclusion. See, that is the point. Constitution, check. See, scheduled tribe. Okay, in anthropology also it comes. Scheduled tribes, who can announce? That is the point. Who can announce? the president by list, president by order. So look at it, president with respect to each state. So now look at this, president may, with respect to any state or territory, consultation with the governor, specify by notification, something. But see, after the list is done, this parliament comes here. This is the point. President by order, he notifies or she notifies scheduled tribes. But see, look at this. This is news. Parliament or Lok Sabha, in 2 tribes they have included in Tripura 2 tribes. Why I kept is that because I wanted to stress on this fact that you should know a distinction between president having this notification and then parliament by law having this. And one more thing, see, one more thing is this Antarctic. This was in news. See, look at this very clearly, because already they asked this question on Arctic Council. That also, see, together you check it. Arctic Council, you check it. Antarctic Arc Treaty, they are having. And basic, see, what does this treaty say? UPSC will concentrate on this only. The coverage of area is a 60 degrees south. They will say north, something like that. See, or something 55 or something 50 or something. See, above, below 60. Have this, because we had this table, bill tabled. So we are having this table bill, and we are a member. See, we have signed this treaty, and that is what is important. Then I think this will be this article. See, this criminal procedure code, that is they want to have this biological analysis. Earlier, if you think about it, cases you could have, you can have fingerprints. Anyone would have gone and you would have given your fingerprints as well. So in police station, if you go and you will get the fingerprints, they will take it. Now it is possible to have this iris, the biological fingerprints, iris, and other measurements which are there. Why? And this is how this point is there. This criminal procedure code was modified. But why I kept is that what article? So that is the point. This was the case, and the case they fought was under Article 21. This is a violation of Article 21, they say. And because biological fingerprints, they can have and use it for any purposes. And next, one more thing I wanted to check is external debt and internal debt. What is the difference? External debt, if you think about it, external debt, see, internal debt is what we saw, that T-bills, government securities, so that is government bonds. But external debt is the highest, is in economic survey, it is there. I took it from economic survey only. Highest is commercial borrowing. I'll put that, maybe I'll put that table. Commercial borrowing, it is not only government. See, this is T-bill, government security, internal debt, all this government. But this commercial borrowing first. Next is NRI deposit. Second is NRI deposit. External debt is second, is NRI deposit. I'll put this 1, 2, 3. I'll put it in the group maybe. Okay. See, because that is a point. See, this is I have this. Okay, sorry, I have this also in the next thing. The first thing is that, see, it's not, see, internal debt. Internal debt is there. Internal debt, as I said, T-bills, government securities, and things like that. But external debt, commercial, see, this need not be only government. This is and this is the largest. And non-resident deposit is the second largest. So that is what I want you to check. You can check this article also. You can zoom in and check it once. And the center, see, that is the point. See, again, this is internal. That is why I have this distinction. The external debt is there, and it's different from internal debt. External debt is this, internal debt is this. See the clear distinction. This only we saw. T-bills are zero coupon bonds. They are not, they do not have interest. But the government bonds, they have this bond yield. Check it. Next is Armed Forces Special Powers Act. See this, which of the places I have specifically put this article in group. These are the places in which the Assam, Arunachal, Manipur, Nagaland. These are the places in which AFSPA is there. Whether, see, that is the point. AFSPA, see, whether center or state. Check it. Center or state can announce. Once announced, if it is only center that will give you or revoke. See, center or state, whether center, if state is, see, a place is given as disturbed area. A place is given as disturbed area by the state in consultation with the governor. It is announced, okay. But once it is announced, who revokes? Check it. Okay, who revokes? I want to check it. Next is the oil pricing in India. Okay, so oil price, oil prices in India have had a not one day deregulation. The dismantling has happened for a very long time, and this was in news. This article, 80% of the oil we are dependent. This was in news, so this was an article in Hindu. So I had this look at the how from 60% improved, so we have 80%. Next is BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC composition. This is a very fairly simple concept. Which are the countries present? There was a meeting, and Prime Minister, and I think it was online or something. So I wanted to check the countries surrounding BIMSTEC and things surrounding that. And this oil seed we have already discussed. But I will say, oil seeds, sunflower oil, the places in India. See, in India, where sunflower oil and where this whole thing mustard and this mustard, where it is going. See, mustard, rapeseed. This is rapeseed. This and all you should know. Where these oil seeds are, the schemes for improving oil seeds, there is a scheme, mission scheme for improving oil seeds production. And BIMSTEC, I have this. See, okay, BIMSTEC, why I have that they can tell you that it is contributing. BIMSTEC is contributing nearly 20% of the GDP of the world. No, see, it is contributing nearly 4%, but population wise it can be high. Population wise, BIMSTEC is high because it has all these countries from South Asia, BIMSTEC. Whether China is there, see, look at it, whether China is there in BIMSTEC. Now look at this. And one more thing, Rushikulya. This was in news, and why I want you to check is that this turtle, olive ridley turtle, and what you should check is that I wanted to check this difference, because there is one I think it is not a turtle, one more species, the oldest surviving land animal. The one more name of turtle, this is olive ridley turtle. That is one more thing, and that is surviving, and its name, I think it's Johnson. It was in news. Oldest, 200 years, okay, celebrated its birthday and all. So over 200 years it is there. So one more thing. So and maybe I'll put it in the group as well. But this is Rushikulya. This place you should check. This place where it is, I think I should have had that diagram, but maybe in the future, next video, I'll have this diagram as well, where it is, because this place is very important. This place, where this whole thing happens, please check it. Okay, region olive, right? Because this there is a name also, Aribada, and this is the place they have this breeding center in the coast. So in India, so whether the full coast it is there, or only in the eastern coast it is there, or only specific places in the eastern coast, you should check. And that is why I have this. Whether it is endangered, you check it. And then this medium range surface to air missile, you can check this simple. They will test fire something. but I do not know whether they are going to ask this, but just have a look at it. Okay. And who are, see, this is a question, so I think this created a problem, and this is in Supreme Court. And in Constitution they specify two types of, and this also you can check it, they specify two types of minorities, linguistic and religious. But the problem which is happening in Supreme Court is that who can declare, whether center can declare or the state can declare. See, whether a state can declare a community as minority living in this, for example, if there is a community of Tamil speaking population, let us assume that in Karnataka, and their numbers are not Karnataka, many say, okay, let us assume that northeast they are there, so they will have not northeast also, that is also a constitutionally different zone. So let us assume that in northern state, in some state in Hindi speaking state in north, the Tamil speaking population is there, whether state can have it as minority, because linguistic minorities are possible, right? So whether state can declare, this is the case which is happening in Supreme Court. And the point was that center had given affidavit saying that state can, but now the center has given a different affidavit. So this is in news, but I don't think they are going to ask something like that. But just to look at, there are two types of religious minorities, because the affidavit that the center gave, they have revoked it now. And this states can, see, this, the government said the states, and this was in news, the government said the states can identify minorities, but they have revoked this affidavit, they were given some other affidavit. But I want you to check this, the National Commission for Minorities Act. See, the center has declared which are the minority communities in India. These are the 6 minority communities in India, religious minorities declared by India. And one more thing, can NRI, see, this was in news, can NRIs, see, and one more thing, one question, Representation of People's Act, you should Representation of People Act 1951. So they have this one question, so one question definitely they are going to ask from this, and from this you should know, see, one, NRIs can vote. Earlier no, but now yes. So they can vote in a particular constituency in the place they are. So the provisions has been made in the Representation of People's Act. So please check it. So what is the definition of an NRI? Please check it. So whether 90 days or 180 days or 365 days, like T-bills. So like T-bills, whether, see, what is the number of days that a person has to be there away for to be identified as an NRI. Next is this, there are no, less women judges are India, and this was a mains question in 2021. They asked this question in 2021, and hence I have this article. And why I have this point is that there was a recently appointment of a women judge, and she would be CJA at a particular time. But for the sake of, I think UPSC, you just check how many women judges or something like that, how many women judges have been there. Who was the first person? See, Justice Fatima Bibi, and she was governor of Tamil Nadu as well. Governor of Tamil Nadu, post retirement she was there, but she was the first person. And this Justice Nagaratna, so Honorable Justice Nagaratna, she would be CJA as well. But that was the article read that she would be CJA for very less time. So that is why it is in news, and I wanted to check it. And I will so this is the end of this part, and I'll make more such videos. So I'll keep till preliminary examination, till prelims 2022, I'll try to make, and I'll in a sense put it in minds of aspirant. I'll keep putting in minds of aspirant group as well, whichever question. See, the point is that till preliminary examination, the only important thing is revision. And even if current affairs means the basic, So again I will repeat, even if I say that Justice Supreme Court, this article is relevant, you should check the article for appointment, article 124, and the other articles. Last time they asked about ad hoc judges, and this whether these judges can be appointed, how they can be appointed, and the powers and responsibilities of ad hoc judges, and judges from the high court. So that is temporary judges. This two only they asked. In the case of judges, Supreme Court, one question comes, and hence they asked this, and hence I one more article we have already seen, and this women appointment of judges, please see that. So current affairs, even if we see, basics revision is most important, and I will keep putting this videos as much as possible. So arranging this takes a little bit of time, so please do like this video, share this video, and subscribe to Minds of Aspirant channel. And you can also go to the Telegram link which is in the description, and you can have it as well. And so in this video itself I will make an announcement. So I have to make some in a sense I will make more such videos, but I will make an announcement that anthropology optional. So anthropology optional will be taken. So I'll take this anthropology optional, and the details will be given in very few time. This will be done very soon. The details will be given in Telegram. All these details, what is the course detail, timing, everything will be there. So post preliminary examination it will be started, and then there will also be answer writing. Definitely this will be there. Answer writing mains 2022. So the aim of this whole thing is clearing this examination. Mains forms a very important part. This answer writing will be there, and completion of portion will be there. As much as possible, answer writing practice will be there, and there is also a plan for including group 2 answer writing. See, same. So group 2, so this is mains, and this is group 2, and group 1 also there is a plan, but this is in plan. So let us assume, so in a sense TNPSC, anyone who is writing, if you are willing, so you can check it. Based on the number of students it will be there, but these programs are right now in the course of things which we are arranging. And I hope to keep making all these videos again, and I'll put more such important topics necessary for prelims. So keep reading, and all the best for preliminary examination. Thank you.